I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is escaping the dreaded friend zone. I got an email here from a guy he's in an interesting situation. He's been divorced for a few months, and apparently he ran into or started communicating, I guess in the period since he had got separated and everything from his ex-wife. He got in contact with a gal he knew from a long time ago, and she's also in the process of getting a divorce, but hers isn't finalized yet. And so he's hanging out, hooking up with her, and she's also hooking up with two other guys. Now keep in mind, she's legally married still, and so this guy also says that he's still dating and sleeping with other women as he meets them because he's obviously applying what he's been learning from me. But he wants to know what he can do to get out of the friend zone with this gal. So I assume he's a friend with benefits, but it sounds like he wants something more with her. And obviously the fact that she's married here. So let me just jump right into his email. He says, "Hi, Corey. Okay, background. I'm 43, divorced in November after an 18-month separation, 17-year marriage. She's 36, separated for 2.5 years, and nearing the end of her divorce after a 9-year marriage. We met a long time ago, lost touch, and reconnected on Facebook. We have seen each other quite a bit lately, a couple of times per week. We text constantly. The sex life is there. In a nutshell, we call each other our best friend." And when you say we're our best friend, that tells me, there's nothing wrong with that. Actually, it's very healthy for two lovers to look at each other as each other's best friend. But what happens in our society when you look at the feminist movement and when you look at what we see in TV, this just constant drive to make both sexes equal. And I'm all for equal opportunity for everybody, but they take it a step too far when they start telling men how to act like men or how men should act and start talking about how women should and shouldn't act in relationships. And what they're doing is they're teaching everyone, because I look at movie and TV programs that I watched when I was a child, and it's just indoctrinating and brainwashing people with this false idea that men and women have to act more alike, be more androgynous, as opposed to women being very feminine and men being very masculine. You can clearly see when you watch movies from 40, 50 years ago, the archetypes that how men were portrayed and versus what you see in TV and the movies today. Today we have a very effeminate man who's just very in touch with his feelings, and it's like they teach guys that they should do things for women, that you should go around and basically be a pleaser. In other words, you can't stand up for what you want, and you can't say no to a woman because you just have to put your head down and act like a good little boy and do what she wants. Well, when you act like that in real life, you're going to get put in friend zone. And so when you've got guys that are dating women that they got a chance with and they blow it, it's because they're usually fixated on what's going to happen with the relationship, what they are to each other, as opposed to, in essence, they form an attachment to this one particular person. Like, something's got to happen with them. And if you read my book, I spent a lot of my youth, a lot of wasted years in my 20s being attached or attracted to women I either had no chance with or who were just unavailable, and stayed out of a relationship or just dated what came along, which wasn't very much back then. And so I basically kept myself out of the game. And the thing is, you've got to be in the game. You've got to be interacting with women and getting to know women, meeting them, dating them, seducing them, having a relationship with them, being able to communicate like an adult. All those things. If you're not practicing, if you're not dating, going out on dates, calling and interacting with women, your skills aren't going to get better. And plus, you run the danger of getting fixated on a woman and your interest level going up to the point where it blinds you and makes it very hard for you to observe what she's doing. Because there's a subtle balance. Until you've been in enough relationships where you're head over heels in love and she feels the same way about you, and you know how to act and control your own emotions, but still show up and be authentically you and communicate like an adult, you just simply don't know what it's like. And so what happens is when you start experiencing that for the first time, if you haven't practiced and you're not ready for it, you're going to make unnecessary mistakes that will cause you to blow it and cause the girl to stick you in friend zone, which is always a really crappy place to be. So he says, we've been texting the past 2 years. The other thing I want to say is, says we text constantly, etc. That is, you shouldn't be doing that. You should only be using the text or the phone to simply set dates where she comes over. And the problem is that when you're constantly texting her back and forth and you're available all the time, it communicates that you got nothing else going on in your social life. And so a good rule of thumb is, if somebody calls me after 7 p.m., hey, I'm getting ready, I'm going out, or I'm on a date, or whatever I happen to be doing. I've got something going on, and so I'll return that phone call or that text the next day. And if it's a woman that's calling you, more than likely she's going to think, oh, is he married? Is he got another girlfriend? What's going on? It causes them to wonder. And when they wonder about you, that has a positive effect on their romantic feelings for you. It causes them, obviously, to go up. So, that's a mistake right there. That's why you're getting stuck in the friend zone. But at the end of the day, she's still married. And she's sleeping with 2 other guys, and she's still hooking up with you. I can't tell from your email here if you're actually still sleeping with her, or you're just strictly stuck in friend zone, because you were a little vague about that. But he says he's definitely hooking up with other women, which is good, because it'll keep you in a non-hungry state. But one thing I will say is, a lot of, if you haven't done it yet, I wrote an article a while back called "How to Attract the Perfect Woman." And so if you don't know if you haven't gone through the exercise yet, you can just Google "How to Attract," or Corey Wayne, "How to Attract the Perfect Woman," and it'll come up, because it's a great exercise to help you identify what's most important to you, so you can get focused on that, and you can obviously apply it to your dating profile. And when you get focused on what it is that you want specifically, the type of woman that you want, you'll just naturally start drawing those kinds of women into your life. You'll just recognize them. Because out of the corner of your eye, you may be reading a book in public somewhere, but your peripheral vision, you'll catch the right girl just walking by, and whereas normally if you hadn't taken the time to do that, you won't notice her. But energetically, just something that'll tell you to look up, and you go, wow, look at her. Wow, she's exactly what I want. And you go, hey, come over here. And just wave her on over. It's just like, I had to talk to you. You just got such an amazing smile. You look so happy. I had to see what you were like. What's your name? Oh, my name's Clarice. Hey, Clarice. Nice to meet you. My name's Bubba. Whatever, and you just roll right into it and start talking to her there. So he basically, he wants to know how to get out of the friend zone. So if you're not sleeping with her anymore, and you want to get back to that place, or you just want her to start wanting you more and start blowing off the other guys, at this point, since you've known this girl for a while and you obviously have been intimate together, you need to stop all contact with her that's initiated by you. And you need to only respond to her texting or calling you. And when she does, just simply invite her to come over. Hey, I'm in the mood just to chill tonight. Why don't you grab a bottle of wine and come on over? Or why don't you grab some chicken and vegetables, and I got spices here, and we'll saute something, or tell her to bring things and then make some dinner together. So maybe she'll bring the alcohol, and then you get the food, or have her get the food and you bring the alcohol. Or if you're not a drinker, get fruit punch or whatever the hell it is that you're going to drink, or vegetable juice. Do something healthy. But the key is, invite her to come over to your house and hang out, and don't take her out, because keep in mind, she's still legally married, and she's hooking up with a couple other guys, and you just don't want to, you don't want to take the chance of running into one of these other dudes, or the soon-to-be ex-husband. It's not fucking worth it. So just have her come over to your place and hang out and have dinner, and then hook up. And if she doesn't want to do it, just say, hey, well, call me if you change your mind. I'm just in the mood to hang out. Just give me a call when you want to come over and seduce me. And just leave it at that. You got to stick to it. Stick to what you want with her. And when she has nothing to offer but friendship, just say, hey, thanks, but I'm not interested in that. Come on over if you change your mind. I'd love to see. I miss making love to you, whatever it is. And just leave it at that and walk away and stay busy with these other women that you're dating, because it will keep your focus off of her. And that's what you need to do, is you need to practice infinite patience with women, and you need to learn to let go of the specific women that you want and that you like, because you got to make sure that you got a woman that's reciprocating interest, that she's trying to win you too. Because way too many guys, and I used to do this when I was first getting started as well, we pay no attention to whether or not a woman is reciprocating any kind of interest, and we never give her any space for her feelings to grow and her interest level to go up, so she'll start chasing us. And so the key is, you want a woman who's trying to win you just as much as you're trying to win her. And you, as a man, you don't have to chase her. She'll actually start coming to you and calling you and contacting you more and more as she feels more safe and comfortable as a relationship progresses, and especially as her romantic interest level and sexual attraction for you continues to grow. So if you find this message of value, you could show your appreciation by going down to the Wibbia toolbar, which is at the bottom of your screen if you're watching this video on my website, and click the PayPal donate button, and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information in this video. At the very least, please share this page with all of your friends and family by clicking any one of the social network sharing buttons, which are also located in the Wibbia toolbar at the bottom of your screen. And if you got a question you want to ask me, or a topic you'd like me to cover in a future video newsletter, click the Contact Me tab, which is going to be in the left-hand side of your screen, and send me 3 or 4 paragraphs detailing your situation maximum. And just gotta give me several days to get back to you, because I get a lot of email from the internet, and I also get a lot of it from my paying phone coaching customers, and I gotta answer theirs first. But be patient, and I will get back to you. And if you want to talk to me right away, you can become a paying phone coaching customer by clicking the Products tab at the top of your screen and just follow the instructions. And I will talk to you soon.